Is cutting government spending a good solution to help the economy grow and allow employers to create jobs? Hello and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Trainum. As always, thank you very much for joining us. My guest is Mike Fitzpatrick, Republican from Pennsylvania. Congressman, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Rob.
Well, that's the trillion-dollar question. We are approximately $14 trillion in debt, give or take a trillion. For some people, that's really not relevant. The relevancy here is that we got to get millions of people back to work. Others are saying, whoa, wait a minute. We can't keep living on a credit card. We have to cut this spending. What is your response?
Well, we have to take care of both, Robert. I think I was sent to Washington in the 2010 elections to address the issue of a $14 trillion debt climbing, as you indicate. This is a city where out-of-control spending is normal, not abnormal, and so we need to take care of that. And obviously, you know, a 9.8%, 9.7% unemployment rate, which we have nationally and is very high in Pennsylvania back home as well, we can't have that. So we need to address the issue of jobs. I happen to believe that if you slim down the size of government and you carefully cut back wasteful Washington spending in ways that won't hurt job creation, you actually help the small business person create jobs because you'll lower taxes, lower the effect of excessive government spending on their operations, and get people back to work. So I think we can have both.
Now, the president says, look, we have to reinvest in our economy. We have to train teachers. We have to take care of the most vulnerable, meaning the young and obviously the elderly. So we have to spend money in order to maintain some type of social order. Your response?
Well, we spend a lot of money on social order, so to speak, and we should invest in the economy. The question is, who should do the investing? The federal government, you know, bureaucrats in Washington making investment decisions for the 8th Congressional District of Bucks County or the Philadelphia area. I believe investments should properly be made by private entrepreneurs and small business men and women who use their own capital and take a risk and sign a mortgage and sign a personal guarantee, put it all on the line to create a business and put people to work. And that's investment as well. And so there's a proper role for federal government and state government investment. But my concern is as the federal government grows and government spending grows to about almost 25% of the GDP, the federal government has gotten too big and it's actually crowding out legitimate private sector investment.
Congressman, the unfortunate truth is that a lot of folks are saying in order to have a real serious conversation both on the Republican side and Democrat side about cutting government spending, you got to take a look at entitlements. You got to take a look at Social Security. You got to take a look at Medicare. You definitely got to take a look at the Pentagon. And a lot of Democrats would say the Republicans are not willing to have that type of conversation yet. Well,
I'm not sure that's the case. Actually, Republicans have been leading the way on cutting back wasteful Washington spending. In 2005, we did Medicaid, it was called the Deficit Reduction Act of 2005, which was Medicaid entitlement reform, which was important. It was a tough vote, but it was the right thing to do. And President Bush was the one who led the way in terms of talking about the Social Security issues. The fact is now President Obama, he's the president, he's the elected leader. He issued a budget just recently, delivered it to Capitol Hill.
Is that dead on arrival?
Well, I think it's got some problems because while he's talking about freezing government spending, which is, it's good to freeze government spending for the next 5 years, it doesn't go far enough. And he doesn't deal with the entitlement issues at all. So I think you're absolutely right. If we're to solve the long-term fiscal issues of this country, we have to deal with the entitlement programs, and it has to be bipartisan. So what you're seeing recently, and I was on the floor today casting votes, you know, some with the Republicans, some with the Democrats, it's a $1 billion, you know, spending reduction in Washington. It's going to have to take both sides. And I have to give both the freshman class in Washington a lot of credit for driving this number up to $100 billion, which is
on the Republican side.
On the Republican side. And the Speaker of the House, Mr. Boehner, credit for opening the rule and permitting anybody, Democrat or Republican, to submit an amendment and get a vote on the floor of the House. And it is a great process. It's been too long since that has happened in this Capitol, and I think it will all inure to the benefit of the American people.
We've got about 10 seconds left. Do you believe that we'll have a balanced budget in our lifetime?
Yes, we will.
Congressman Fitzpatrick, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Robert.
Really appreciate it. Of course, thank you for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Trainum. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.